Good morning, everyone. And we're back again with some more Harvestella. So I'm doing an early morning stream today, as I'm going to be busy this evening, so I won't be able to stream at my usual time. So let's continue where we left off from yesterday. So since playing yesterday, I have done a little bit of fishing and farming to earn a bit of money. I haven't continued with the story. But yeah, so I've got a bit of money to spend. So I think today we're going to go and maybe get a kitchen, maybe see if there are any other upgrades we can get. So one thing I've noticed that seems to be different from the demo version is in the demo version there was a vendor that I could buy mounts and animals and things with. That vendor has not appeared yet, and I'm like on day 20, which is 5 days past the maximum days that you got on the demo. So I don't know why the vendor hasn't appeared yet. Whether it's something they've changed or whether I've done something different. I haven't done whatever you need to do to activate. I don't know. Yeah, so... Oh my goodness, there's somebody drilling upstairs. I hope you can't hear that, or it's not too loud for you. I hope that's not going to continue all morning. Right, so let's get all this harvested. And then we'll go... Well, we'll need to plant some new things and then we'll go shopping. See what we can get. Okay, what did I do with my seeds? Did I put them in the chest? I think I must put them away. Let's have a look. Seeds. Okay, we've got these. I think that's all we need. Okay, that is really loud. I don't know if that's coming through loud for you guys. It's not good. Right, where are my seeds? Here we go. Let's plant these lettuce. Oh, it's actually raining today, so I won't need to do any watering. It seems like quite a small area actually for growing vegetables on. I'm guessing that the actual farming, vegetable growing element of this game is not going to be too big unless there is an upgrade to the land. But yeah, currently it's quite a small area. So I'm kind of up to almost up to where the demo finishes in the game. I think we've got like the final boss of chapter 2 to I think that's it. I don't think we can... Oh, hang on a minute, we've got 2 spots here. Yeah, we're up to the final boss in chapter 2. So we will tackle that boss a bit later once we've done some shopping. Oh, hold on, we can put one more in here. Can we not? Oh, maybe it's not been tilled. Let's do that. There we go. Yeah, we can't fit any more in. Right, let's head off to the village. So I've upgraded both mine and Dianthus's weapons as well. I've got one upgrade on the weapons. Future upgrades require silver, which we don't have access to yet. Actually, where am I going? I think the carpentry shop is this way. Yeah, here we go.
Welcome.
Okay, so we can get a kitchen counter. So we can get these animal pens, but there's not been a vendor yet to actually get the animals from. So maybe we have to get the pens first now? I don't know. Maybe this is different to the demo. I'm not sure. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get the kitchen counter so we can do some cooking. So it's going to take, what, 1 day for this to arrive?
Please, come again.
Let's just go check where the vendor should be and see if they are there. So I'm pretty sure in the demo, I remember the vendor being here. There's nothing here at all. So I don't really know what I'm missing. Yeah, nobody has anything to say about anything really. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's where it was. This stall here, and there's nothing. So I don't know how to. And I seem to remember from the demo that the vendor was there quite early on. I don't remember it being right near the end of the demo or anything. Okay, is there anything in here that we need? Maybe we should get this ring, fireproof ring. Might be useful. Can't remember if the boss does fire attacks or not. It's been a while since I played through the demo. The rest of the day. I think maybe we'll go and do some gathering. And see, I've lost my bearings. Where am I? Okay, we're near the edge of the village. Yeah, I think we'll go do a bit of gathering. I think we'll leave the boss for maybe another day or so. I want to see, yeah, what we get with the kitchen. So that's going to be tomorrow. So let's just go do maybe some fishing. Okay, let's just check out this ring and see whether it's going to be the best thing to equip or not. Can I actually equip? Cannot organise your party here. You can do near a Motus Monolite. So if we go back here then. Mytho! How are you doing? Why have we got what? A wide staring gaze creepy dragon dude instead of... well, I said I would turn the breeding off for like a little while. I switched it back on again, and she's been bred twice now, and yeah, her eyes are like really weird now. Yeah, sorry, Mytho. I tell you what, when it gets to something really super cute again, I'll turn it off for a bit. So you let me know when there's a Varna that makes you happy, and I will turn the breeding off for a while. How are you anyway? Okay, can we change Dianthus? You cannot organise your party here. I thought this was the Motus Monolite. It isn't. Okay, let's try again. I thought you just had to be in like the same zone. Dianthus. It doesn't let me do anything. Okay, maybe I can't change their equipment then, I guess. Wide staring gaze is a medical description of hypothyroid patients. Okay, with that. I think we're going to maybe equip this new ring. I think some of the monsters use like fire magic. I was hoping to put the other ring on Dianthus, but I don't seem to be able to do anything with them. Also, I think I'm going to switch. Can I switch jobs again? I can't actually. Yeah, I can. I'll switch back to the melee job. probably mostly going to do some just fishing and some gathering until we can go check out the kitchen.
Let the battle commence. There.
There's a fishing point just around here. I wonder if you can catch different fish when it's raining. I know you can in a lot of games. 30 more days till you can buy new Pokemon. With which game, though? Which Pokemon? Okay, we've got a golden egg salmon. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, that's the new one that came out, right? Is that what you've been playing? Just to let you know, I probably won't be streaming at my usual time today because we're going out for a bonfire night. So we're going to a fireworks display and there's a big funfair there. So I don't know what time we'll be back. If I do stream, it will be much later than my usual time. Golden egg salmon. These fish often swim in schools in the sea and in mountain streams. Apparently some of them lay golden eggs. Although no official record of this exists, it's most likely just a rumour. It didn't release yet. Oh, okay. I didn't stream for almost a week, so a week extra day is acceptable. Okay. No, I've been away. I've been visiting family. My sister is in hospital. I'm looking forward to it actually because we didn't go for a couple of years because of COVID, so it would be nice to go again. Well, unfortunately she is under palliative care, so that's not going to happen. So this seems to be a good spot for catching the salmon. I think the area seemed to be the same fish though, so any fishing spot in this area seems to be catching the same fish. I don't think it matters which one you go to. Azure Sprat. Have I bought one of those before? I think I have. to get one more fish and we'll do a bit of gathering before we head back. Hey Chrissy, how are you doing? Hope you're having a nice chilled out start to your weekend. Right, let's have a little wander around, get some gathering points before we go back. Not happy with Varnamith though. Let's see what we get. Oh, that's much cuter. Does that make you happy? Enjoying your coffee? Would you like me to unlock the breeding, Mytho? Are you happy with that, Varna? Hey Noodle, how are you doing? What time is it where you are? Are you still up from yesterday, or is it like early? I'm really good, thank you. Although forgetting what I'm doing somewhat.
Let the battle commence.
Oh, you're at work. What time is it where you are? I can't remember if you're ahead or behind compared to us. It's been a long time since I've been in South Africa. I'm really enjoying it, although it's been slated on Steam apparently. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it. It's 2 o'clock. Oh, so you're a little ahead of us. Well, do you think it's cuter, Mytho? I'm asking you. Yes, it came out yesterday. The game is now fully released. Can I loan you 1,000 Chocobo points? I don't think I can, because it's not a request when you breed the dragon. I can't refund them, so sadly not. I think it looks really beautiful. I really love it, but yeah, a lot of people have been complaining about it. I mean, the character customization is terrible, but aside from that, I'm really enjoying it. But a lot of people feel like it's too basic. But I mean, it's not a farming sim in the sense of Harvest Moon. It's not meant to be like really, really focused on the farming. It's an RPG. So it's mostly story-based that has farming elements. I think people were expecting something a bit more Harvest Moon-like or Stardew Valley, but I don't really think it's that type of game. People feeling it's basic because they're basic people. I really love it. I love the art style and the music, and I think those two things and the story are generally what makes a game for me, and it plays nicely. I like the controls play nicely. I'm not worried about that. I mean, considering it's a farming sim, I think the combat system is way more advanced. People are complaining about the combat system, saying it's really basic. It's not basic at all. I mean, you have job system. So you can. So far, I've got 2 jobs unlocked: the mage and basically the melee jobs. But you have like skill trees within each job. I mean, there's not many farming sim games that have a combat system this complex. So I don't really know what people are complaining about. I don't know. I'm really enjoying it. Hey Renoa, how you doing? I'm loving it. I haven't got. So I played through the demo, and the demo you get to the final boss on chapter 2. So I'm kind of at that stage where I'm at the final boss on chapter 2, but I've been taking it a bit slower and doing more fishing and farming just to get some money so that I can unlock things that I didn't get to play in the demo, as it were. So actually I need to switch to the mage job for this enemy. Why can I not? There we go.
Here I go.
I do find the mage job very slow.
Shoot.
Looks similar to Tales of Arise. I have not played that, so I don't know what that's like. In fact, I don't think I've played any of the Tales games. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it. Even though a lot of people have been slating it on Steam, I really love the game so far. Actually, I'm trying to focus more on harvest points at the moment. I just paid for to have a kitchen installed at the house, so I'm waiting really until tomorrow. I'm just killing time. Oh, my stamina's run out. Killing time until I can go check out what the kitchen is like, because it's something I didn't unlock when I played the demo. But one thing I have noticed is in the demo I could unlock a mount and buy animals, but the vendor is not there so far in this playthrough, so I don't know whether that's whether I've done something different from when I played the demo, or whether it's just you don't unlock it until later in the main game. But I mean, I chose to not transfer my save over, so maybe if I'd done that, I would still have that vendor unlocked. I don't know. But I hadn't played it for a while, so I wanted to start from the beginning again to kind of get used to all the controls. Because I don't very often play on my Switch. Oh, we didn't ship anything today. Okay, so I should have a kitchen now. I don't know if there's going to be some kind of dialogue or cutscene to show that it's arrived, or whether it will just be there. What's that noise? Oh, here we go. I think you had to choose to transfer it from the beginning, but I mean, I don't really mind starting from the beginning again. There was an option when I started playing to do that. Oh, here we go. Hey, good morning. Did I wake you? Sorry about that. Yeah, I don't usually have random strangers like poking around in my house in the morning while I'm sleeping. You like her outfit design? It's very pretty, but this is one of the bones of contention, is whether you're a boy or a girl, you look exactly the same. So if you have a male character, you're wearing exactly the same clothes, your hair is exactly the same. The only difference is your waist is wider and your hips maybe slightly narrower. It's just like a more boxy shape. You're like slightly bulkier built, but not even that much. And there was really no customization at all. I mean, the male characters look like girls. They look like big girls. They don't look like male characters, so a lot of people have complained about that. But I guess if you're playing as a girl, it's not so bad. I just finished building the kitchen counter you requested. Is there a good place for it? How about right there behind you, maybe? Great. In that case, allow me to explain how to use it. But her outfit changes depending on what job you have. So when you switch to a mage, she's wearing a completely different outfit. It's quite cute, actually. She's got like a robe, like a purple and black robe. You can make food using the kitchen counter. I know, renovating without consent? Terrible. In order to make food, you will need a recipe and the necessary ingredients. You can buy recipes from stores or earn them as rewards, so keep an eye out for them. Eating food not only eases hunger, but it replenishes stamina too. Also, cooking is cheaper than store-bought food. It's nice trying out different meals when you're in the right mood. I've never cooked a meal in my life, although I am an amnesiac, so maybe I have cooked before, I just don't remember. Everyone's got to start somewhere. Now's the time to try. Oh, speaking of which, I've been hoarding all sorts of things for cooking. You received a mountain stir-fry recipe. Cool. Why don't you try using this recipe for starters? It's simple and easy enough for even a beginner to master. Oh, it's on the house. Consider it a freebie. Anyway, I'd best get moving. Do excuse me. If there's ever anything else you need building, then we can talk it over at my stall. So I think from the demo, everyone was complaining about the time going really fast, which it does go really fast. So they've adjusted that slightly. And I think they've adjusted the fishing is slightly faster. But all the crafting and everything uses quite a lot of time. So mountain stir fry, we need weeds and mushrooms. Okay, should have loads of those in storage. I like the fact that it takes directly from storage. You don't have to have things in your inventory to use them. Can I not? Oh yeah, that's the normal one. Okay. Ooh. She likes steak. Right, why can I not craft this? Oh, hang on, there we go. Sorry, I was in the wrong. So let's make a few of these, I guess. So I mean, look there, that's going to take 2 hours 20 minutes, 2 hours 40 minutes, 3 hours just to craft something. And the days are so short anyway. So even though they have increased them slightly, it still... I feel like I don't want to be quite as restricted. That looks really nice though. A dish made of fresh wild leaves and little mushrooms. The flavours shine in the simple but tasty local dish from Leith. Not too bad. So where do I get more recipes? I'm guessing you can't just cook stuff randomly. You can't invent your own recipes. Yeah, I think you have to use a recipe. So I wasn't paying attention. I know it said that you could find recipes out in the world, but I wasn't paying that much attention. So did he say anything about buying recipes? I don't know. I mean, I've got quite a few other ingredients. I was hoping I would just be able to like poke around in there and craft stuff, but I think that's all I can do. Perhaps we're going to have a look at the shops and see if you can buy anything anywhere. Right, let's get all this lot watered. Yeah, I'm going to go and check out the vendors and just see. I mean, in some games you get recipes from people, don't you? When you do quests and things, you get recipes or you find them in people's houses. So we'll just have to see. Oh, actually, I can harvest this. Not this one. There we go. And this. Right, I think, did I forget to ship off the fish? I did. Okay, so that can be used in cooking, so we'll keep that. That can be used in cooking. This one is for shipping. I do like the fact that it tells you it's a cooking ingredient, and this one it tells you earns you money when shipped, so you know not to bother keeping it because it's probably not going to be used for cooking. So I probably should keep some of this wheat, maybe. Let's sell some of it though. Maybe half-ish. Let's put some stuff in storage. These cucumbers look more like zucchini, right? They are definitely zucchini. These are not like courgettes. These are not cucumbers. I mean, the plant doesn't look like a cucumber plant. And the actual fruit doesn't look anything like a cucumber. The origins of its name are unknown. Yeah, I wonder why it's cucumber. Very strange. Anyway, let's put it in here. And the fish. And that. See, I was hoping to cook some juicy steaks and things, but apparently not. Side quests in Tales games give recipes. There's usually a Wonder Chef NPC or something like that. Oh yeah, that sounds interesting. I might have to try those games. Because I've just upgraded my PlayStation Plus account, so I've now got the premium, so you can try out lots of games, and you don't have to buy them first. So I think there are some Tales games on there at the moment, so I might have to try those out. Right, let's go to the town then. So I'm wondering if maybe I can't unlock the vendor that sells the animals until I've actually paid for like the houses for the animals. Maybe, I don't know. Perhaps I should do that. I think I've got enough money to get some other buildings. So I did do rather a lot of fishing. I don't know which ones are actually in the library, so I will have a look and see what there is. I think there's only one or two. No, the vendor's not here. Yes, when I played the demo, I unlocked a mount, and I was able to buy animals. But I didn't buy any because I didn't have enough money, but I did unlock the ability to get them, so I don't really know what's going on here. So I did look up on the wiki because there's not really much to go on there, and they said something about the dolls. So this Canelu doll, so it's the Canelu vendor. So they were saying they think maybe you might need to have found at least one of these in order to unlock it. I mean, I've got one of those, so why it's not unlocked, I don't know. But when games are new, there's not really that much information around.
Good afternoon.
Okay, so we have just enough to get a cloughowl pen. Cloughowl, I think they were chickens. And the woolums, I think, are sheep. So let's get this. Maybe then the vendor will appear. I don't know. I mean, that's nearly all our money, but... well, it's only gorilla after all, right? Okay, we've ordered a cloughowl pen.
Please, come again.
At those prices, probably not too often. So maybe I'll check back here tomorrow and see if the vendor is here, because there's no point having like the pen for the chickens if we haven't got any actual chickens. Go in there. Right, do I need to buy seeds? Do I need to spend the rest of my money on seeds? Let's have a look. We've got 4. I think we do need more seeds. So I'll be harvesting the lettuces tomorrow, so we definitely need to replace those. Oh look, we can buy recipes here. Awesome. Damn it, I've just spent all my money. I want to cry now. Okay, I need to spend money on seeds. I can't really afford to buy these. Collection of recipes for dishes like hamburger steak and sandwiches. Oh, so it's not just one recipe. Selected recipes. A collection of recipes for dishes like gratin and chilled corn soup. Dessert recipes. A collection of recipes for dishes like king cake and Mont Blanc. Okay, well, I guess I really... actually, tomorrow I will have money from all the lettuces. No, but... oh no, the fish. I'll have money from the fish. So maybe I'll just buy this one. And then get a few seeds with... hold on a minute. Oh yeah, lettuce. We'll get a few lettuce seeds with the rest. Whatever we can manage. That's not very much, but we'll get those. Right, let's go check out this book. Do I have to use it like an item, or is it just like the fishing where it just unlocks it as soon as you've used it? Let's go and see. We'll go back to the house. Oh, here we go. So we've got a picnic sandwich. We need lettuce and wheat, which we have. So let's make those. Good job, I saved some of those lettuce, right? So I think is this the sandwich that Cress has been making us, maybe? So we can make 3 sandwiches. A sandwich bursting with fillings. The residents of Leeds often make these as a packed lunch to enjoy at picnics. Okay, what else have we got? Hamburger and egg. Oh, I guess we're missing the eggs for that. We've got the meat though. And mushrooms. Vegetable salad. Missing an ingredient for that. Maybe because I haven't been growing all the vegetables. Maybe onions. Maybe I need onions for that. Perhaps we should buy onions next. And the breakfast. I wonder if that's meant to be an egg in there, maybe, or some bacon. I don't know. So we're definitely going to need more ingredients. All right, maybe should we go and try and kill the boss then? We could go and do that. I think we have time. You don't see any Tales games in the library, but you know there are like 9 Atelier. There's oh, I thought there was only 3 Atelier games in there that I saw. I did try one out the other day. It was quite nice. Because I've never played any of the Atelier games before because they've always been so expensive, and I just thought, wow, these really cost a lot. So I've never wanted to buy them. Right, hopefully I've unlocked all the shortcuts, so we should be able to head straight to the boss. Just check which direction we're going. Oh, it's just pretty much north all the way. I don't know which job is better for the boss fight. I do feel more comfortable with the melee job than this mage job, to be honest.
Let the battle commence.
Once you start casting on this, you can't move for a little while. You're kind of, it's not as mobile as the melee job, so you can't dodge anything as quickly. Right, so I think this goes through to the boss area, so let's have a look. We need some... no, I didn't mean to... No! Okay, I really hate this controller. Did not want to do that. Okay, I may as well... There's no point going all the way back now, because it's going to be late. Oh, I was trying to get the food out of my backpack. Right, let's go do some fishing, and we'll try the boss tomorrow. Oh, that could be why. I've not seen collections of games though. All the games I've seen, I think, are just separate games. I'm trying to think of the one that I tried out because I can't remember all of the names. Is it Stella? Is there one? Atelier Stella? Or maybe I'm thinking of a different game. I don't know. It was about a week ago and I've slept since then, so I don't remember which one it was. Yeah, this really cute creature with a cart that you travel around on. Whether that's like that for all of the games, I don't know. I don't recognise the name. I think I would recognise the name if I heard it. But I have tried out quite a few different games recently since I bought the premium. I tried out Witchwood. That was quite nice. I loved the kind of art style on that. The problem is, though, I've tried out so many new games recently. Now I'm like, oh, there's so many I really like. I don't know which one to play next. Spiritfarer was also another one that's really beautiful. So I definitely want to be playing through that at some point on stream. I'm surprised actually that these crabs are not cooking ingredient. Oh, I've got no stamina. Let's have a look. Eat one of these, that should give us back a little bit. Right, note to self, do not have return bells in hotkeys. Not good. Do I remember the main protagonist's hair colour? That narrows it down a bit. The main protagonist. The friend, the character that you unlock to travel with, has red hair. Really long red hair. The main protagonist was wearing a green outfit, like very pale green. Can't remember the hair colour, maybe blonde? I'm not sure. So she was an apothecary, and then at the beginning she meets an alchemist. But I mean, it's the only one I've ever played. I don't know if they're all very similar or not. I don't know how similar the stories are. And I only played it for like a short time. Aisha, yes, that sounds familiar. Hey, sign in. How you doing? Happy Saturday to you. I'm really enjoying it. I did play through the demo a month or two ago, and started playing. I started from scratch again yesterday when the game came out. So yeah, I'm really enjoying it so far. It's one of the better ones, is it? Okay. Yeah, it felt nice. I liked the way the game played. It's a lot of it's very story heavy, which I don't actually mind. It's quite nice. But sometimes I was feeling like I just wanted to get started with the doing stuff, and it was like a lot of story. But yeah, I think I will definitely play through it on stream at some point. better go to sleep. Seeing as I'm being informed that I am sleepy. So I wonder if this is going to be where the chickens go, or whether this is where the... I don't know, one of these maybe? I'm guessing? I don't know. We'll find out tomorrow, I guess. Okay, we made a little bit of money. Oh, we don't have a cutscene. Maybe it took more than one day to build. I did pay attention when I bought the chicken pen. So maybe it's not going to be ready today. Because last time we got a cutscene. Oh no, here we go. We've got a cutscene. That's so adorable. That's really cute because it looks like maybe, obviously they're going to be inside, but you can maybe have them running around outside too. That's super cute. And it looks like there's going to be, is that maybe something where you get the food from? So it's all very well having this, but if the vendor doesn't appear to sell the chickens, it's not going to be too helpful. Let's have a look. Let's see what this says. Clough-owl, chicken owls? I don't know. I think they're just like chickens. But I can't remember what they look like. It's been a while since I played the demo. So yeah, obviously we haven't got any yet. I don't know what they're going to be eating. Is this insert feed? Clough-owl feed. Oh, did we not actually go in the building? Oh. I thought we were going to be able to go inside. Oh, hang on. Is this the... No. Oh, that's kind of disappointing. So maybe they're just going to be running around outside then. Hang on a minute. There's a ladder up there. Can I climb up this? I don't think I can climb up the ladder. Okay, well, that's a little disappointing. You can't go inside. Maybe, yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe you can't go in before you have any. I don't know. Right, we best go deal with all our veggies, and then hopefully we can actually buy some chickens or whatever that they are, the clough-owl. I still keep pressing PlayStation buttons instead of Nintendo buttons. Right, so I should probably sell maybe half of this, and then maybe craft. Oh, maybe the sandwiches will sell for more if I don't sell the veggies. Perhaps I should try selling a sandwich and see what happens. But I don't actually have that many weeds, I think, to go with the sandwich, so probably better off shipping some of it. Go for that much. Oh, I put the wrong thing in there. I should put these in here now because these are also cooking ingredient. Is this available on PS4? No, it's available on Steam and Switch. Hang on a minute, I actually need to get something out there that I didn't mean to put in there. Where did I... One of these fish is not cooking ingredient. This one. Right, let's go to the village then. Did I pick up? I did pick up some seeds, and we should probably plant those first. What did we get? We've got a few lettuce. Yeah, a lot of people are not happy with the Steam version regarding the graphic settings. Apparently, there's not many options. I think normally when you buy games on Steam, you get like a lot of options, but because this is a port from Nintendo Switch, I guess that's probably why. We don't have an awful lot of seeds, but we'll plant what we've got. Should be able to buy some more anyway. I do like the fact that you can kind of play this at your own time. With the demo, you were kind of forced to, you only had 15 days maximum to play, so you were kind of forced to do as much as you could in those 15 days. Right, if the vendor is not here, I am going to cry. I want to buy my animals. They're not there. I'm sure this was the spot where the vendor was. Why? What is going on with this? I don't get it. Now I wish I didn't play from the beginning again. Now I wish I transferred my save. I don't know what I've not done that I did before. See, none of these sell anything. I wonder if they've made it so you have to finish the second chapter before you can unlock any of this. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense because you can buy the buildings. Okay, I can buy some eggs, but they're rather expensive. I'd rather wait until I have chickens of my own. Let's see how much we've got. We haven't got very much. We probably should get seeds. I think we're going to get some onions because I'm thinking maybe that might be one of the ingredients missing for some of the recipes. Maybe you need to go to that town south. It's not available yet. You can't get that until, I don't know, it wasn't available in the demo and it's not available now. And well, it wasn't when I first started playing. I'll check again just to make sure though. But it did say you couldn't go to that area when I tried. Let's get as many of these as we can. Home's probably closer. So also there's like another place that you can go for gathering, and it won't let me go there at the moment either because it tells me that Arya needs me and I should be saving her basically, and I've just completely ignored that. So it's this way, Jade Forest, I believe. You still can't proceed yet. I don't know if this is something, but yeah, that's the only kind of, I mean, this direction is the fjord area, which I can't go to right now. Njord Step. Arya could be in trouble. Hurry to Hygen Canyon. Yeah, so it's limiting me at the moment. I'm guessing this might be something they've changed from the demo. I probably just wasted half a day travelling. Right, let's plant these seeds, and then if we've got time, we'll maybe go do the boss. Right, let's set that mountain stir fry that we made in there, so we don't accidentally teleport home again. Yeah, I think they reduced the travelling time when you're on the world map as well. That was another thing that people were complaining about in the demo. Do I want to play mage or do I not play melee? Don't know. Right, at least we can take all the shortcuts straight back to where we need to be. Actually, for the crawlers, I think I need to be on a mage job. Doesn't take much damage at all.
Shoot! Shoot!
Okay, let's grab these. Pirate liquid. I wonder if that's used for making bombs. Okay, here we go. Let's eat some food first.
You have my gratitude.
I feel something unusual up ahead. Do you still want to continue? Yes, although I don't remember how to kill the boss. Hopefully we don't have too much trouble with it. Oh, there's Arya. Wait. Oh, I can't let you take this human, Dianthus. I've been ordered to take it to Geist. Did they just come out of the seed light? Hido Lanza. I'm surprised, Dianthus. I could have sworn I witnessed you fall from the airship not too long ago. And yet here you are, being a nuisance despite what grievous impact that landing should have had. Enough. What are you doing here? What it looks like. I came to inspect the recent abnormalities in the sea's light. Step away from it. I wouldn't be surprised if you were the ones behind what is happening. And that structure, why is it here? Why indeed, perhaps the sea's light holds some answers? The sea's light, it's... Oh dear, my celestial vessel is beginning to make quite a ruckus. This unicorn cracks me up. What does that mean? Honestly, I haven't a clue. That was faster than I expected. What the hell have you done to that sea's light? What is Geist's plan? We do not need to explain ourselves to the likes of you. Joining hands with a human? I thought better of you, Dianthus. Isn't Dianthus the name of a flower or a plant? Don't tell me you've forgotten your masters. I suppose I'm just not in as much of a hurry to meet our makers as you are. Like I care. I have orders from Geist to eliminate all risks to the plan, and if you insist on standing in my way... Then allow me to tear your ghost from its shell, Dianthus. Okay, I seem to really not understanding how this works when I played through the demo. There are 4 types of attributes that bosses are weak against. Attacking them with their weak attribute fills up the break gauge. Yeah, I still don't understand how to tell what they're weak to. So I haven't figured out whether the elemental icon next to the monster is what they are affiliated with or what they're weak to. So I'm really confused about that. Oh, so when the break gauge is full, you enter the break state and the amount of damage you can inflict increases. Breaking 2 adjacent break gauges will cause a double break, further increasing the amount of damage you deal. Yeah, I have no idea how this really works.
If you choose to be a hindrance, then you will be removed.
Like, press the right button, Lullaby, and you might do a bit better, huh?
I suggest performing a break. The enemy is weakened. That was a good judgment call.
I'll just keep hitting the buttons
Fight
because I have
well,
no idea what I'm doing.
Shoot!
Boss special technique. A gauge will appear when a boss is going to use a special technique. You can get rid of it by attacking the boss. Removing the gauge will lower the power of the special technique or stop the boss in its tracks. Okay, so we just keep hitting it then.
I will tear your ghost from its shell. Enough games. Take this. Fire.
Where is it? Oh, there we
You
go.
have my gratitude.
Get out of the way, Lullaby.
You're wasting your time. I will erase you. You're wasting your time.
I think maybe runs around too much. Maybe I should just switch to mage.
I will tear your ghost from its shell. Target is gathering energy. You must
Yeah, I'm
act
trying my
accordingly.
best.
Enough games.
Come on, we nearly got
I
it.
think you're a match for me. So this is where it ends.
For a minute, I thought she was talking about our death. I was thinking, what? So I lost? No matter. The wheels have already been put into motion. Geist will rebuild the true world upon this star. The planetary nightmare has begun. What will be left in its wake? Those caught up in it cannot possibly know. We holders of the ultimate intelligence are no different. I don't think you can... Oh, I see what you mean, the weakness. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think you can... I don't know if if the spells are different elements that your special actions or not. I have to look into that. Red, how are you doing? Do not forget, Dianthus, our intelligence is all for the benefit of our masters. It's always live for you, Red. I'm sorry, you've gotten caught up in this because of me. Don't worry about it. It was quite the tall order in the end. This unicorn does not help at all. This unicorn has the power to heal everything and just does nothing. Geist, what the hell is he planning? Who is Geist? Geist is my comrade, who you humans choose to call the Omens. I do not know his goal, but there's no denying it will cause irreparable damage to this star. What do you mean, damage? I think I've said too much. You're trying to motivate yourself into going to the gym. Well, do you know what? If it looks anything like it does out of my window, I'd just stay in bed and be cozy all day. I wouldn't be bothered going out anywhere. I'm hoping it's not going to rain later though, because we're going out for fireworks this evening. Arya? She doesn't appear to have any life-threatening injuries. For now, though, I must do something to calm the sea's light. Is there anything I can do to help? No. I appreciate the offer, but this is where we part ways. What, seriously? You only just joined my party. You can't be leaving already. Oh, before I forget. Thank you, human, for helping me. It's a she. So she is wearing high heels? Yes, I guess. Dianthus has left the party. I mean, I'm assuming it's a she. She had a female voice. That's not the place you can enter, I'm afraid. But I mean, all of them were wearing, like, high heels, so I don't know. Ah, it's finally relented. Well then, I guess I ought to take you and the girl back home. What? You're from Leeds at the foot of the ravine, correct? It isn't terribly far from here. I know, but who cares about practicality when you look that good, right? I've done everything I can for now. All we can do now is let her rest and wait. But you got wrapped up in quite the mess, didn't you? Trapped in the middle of a lover's quarrel between two omens. The townsfolk grew pretty anxious when the sea's light started shining again. Thank goodness it settled. Dianthus? What did you say? Still, to hear of omens fighting one another, that's quite the story. I didn't think it was even possible at any rate. I'm sorry you had to deal with something so troublesome. You must be exhausted. Get some rest. So this is where the demo ended. I'm here again. Oh, you're awake. What happened? I was going to that stone. So why am I back here? You explain what happened. I was abducted? What on earth? I don't remember a thing. It's probably due to exhaustion. You should really rest. Exhaustion? Is that what Krez told you? Sorry, I'm letting myself get worked up when I should be trying to recover. It looks like there are a lot of different forces at play here. Oh my goodness, they're drilling upstairs again. How dare they be drilling when I'm trying to stream? I'm going to go to sleep. That omen before, I don't know what role they had for me in their plan, but you still came to my rescue despite having no idea what you were getting yourself into. Thank you for helping me. Chapter 2 complete. Okay, so that's the end of the demo. Whatever happens next, I have not seen before. Okay, so we got a reward. We got critical hit rate plus 1%, break gauge fill rate plus 1%. Lullaby. Lullaby, wake up. Oh, it's this angel thing again. Who are you? Who am I? You came into contact with that stone, didn't you? How did it feel? I'm not sure. That's understandable. There's still a lot you have to learn about this world. There's nothing worse than getting caught out by information you should have known from the beginning. This world is nothing but an image you've conjured in your own mind. As is heaven and hell. They are whatever you make them. Keep that in mind. Okay, we made a little bit of money. Please stop drilling. Something's going on outside. Oh, has the quietest returned? Hey! You hear a voice coming from the farm. Where's that? Oh, I can actually go inside it? Hang on a minute, where's my crops gone? Are you kidding me? Search for the voice's owner. I guess it's over here. What's this? Hey! Over here! What is this? A pair of legs buried in the ground is talking to you. This seems strangely familiar, although it's very small for Hildebrand. Ew, that's creepy. I'll bury the rest. What happens if I touch it? Hey, that tickles. This is no time to be messing around. You're meant to be helping me out of here. Don't you have any common sense? The legs are still talking. Let's help them, shall we? Is it some kind of fairy? Finally! Oh, it is a fairy. Oh, her name's Fairy. What took you so long? Fairies have things to do, you know. Who are you? Me? As you can see, I'm a fairy. Oh, yeah. It's finally finished, despite that little hiccup. I'm going to seal the farm now. Oh, my crops are back. Were you protecting my farm? Well, you know how that shiny dust started falling all of a sudden? It's not the season for that yet. So I was performing the dance of protection to seal your farm off from it. Aren't you glad? If it saved my crops, I'm very glad. Anyway, so I was doing the dance when this horse with a weird horn came charging at me full speed. Quantum, how are you doing? There you go, I did tell you I would restore the doom. I'm good, thank you. Right. That's how I ended up in the ground. Can you believe that horse? Oh, I'm mad just thinking about him, acting all pompous because of that stupid horn. Hey, here's an idea, horse. Why don't you try growing some opposable thumbs before you start thinking about a horn? The fairy seems to have protected the farm from quietus. Thank you. Don't worry about it. I'm exhausted after that. I'm going to take a little rest inside. Oh, right, yeah, just help yourself to my bed. Are you okay, Lullaby? You look all right. You went outside in quietus like it was nothing. Isn't it meant to come in between the seasons? We don't know what brought it on so suddenly this time. We wouldn't normally expect it around now. The order said they had to go back to the winter seas light at their headquarters, as it was acting strange. I wonder if it has something to do with how the seas light lit up yesterday, or maybe the world is just going haywire. Oh, seriously, this drilling is driving me insane. Anyway, I'm glad to see you're looking well. I'm going to go check on the rest of the village now. How loud is it for you guys? Because it's really loud here. Ew! Is this a beetle? Lullaby, where are you? Sounds like Ari is looking for me. Let's just water everything first, shall we? Maybe now is not the time, but I always want to water my plants. Oh, we've also got mail. Oh wow, I think we've not been checking this. How have we got so many? How are you holding up, Lullaby? Have you gotten used to your new life yet? I bet you're finding that you're spending more and more money buying seeds and expanding your farm. Well, I've attached a little something with this letter to help you along a bit. Sometimes when you get stuck from overspending, it's best to sell instead of buy, hey? Use this only when you really need to. A black pearl. Oh, is this to make money? You never read your mail either. Right, let's take that. Got 4 black pearls. From the general store owner. Thank you for your continued patronage. We are pleased to announce that we are now selling new food recipes. We have a wide selection including hamburger and sandwich recipes. Learning to cook a variety of dishes will not only add excitement to your life, but is also sure to come in handy on your adventure. Give one of our new recipes a try. How are you, Lullaby? I heard from the renovator that you installed a new clough shed in your place. Maintaining your crops while raising livestock is no mean feat, but I am confident you can do it. I have provisioned you with some crop seeds, which you will find in this letter. I hope you'll find them useful. Thank you very much, Mr. Mayor. About keeping livestock. I wonder if this will open up the vendor. How's the pen I built for you? I'm pretty proud of how it turned out, so I hope you use it for a long while. By the by, do you know what animal you want to keep in it yet? A Canelo merchant has set up business near Leith selling clough and woolums. You should go and check it out when you have time. Thank you. Perhaps I just needed to read my mail. Anyway, I'll be around next time you need me, from the renovator. How are you keeping, Lullaby? I'm relieved to see you're getting used to the village life. Have you met Van and his pals yet? You'll usually see 3 of them charging around town, but I've noticed something's not quite right between them lately. I'd like you to have a chat with them and lend them a hand if they need it. These old bones aren't what they used to be, and I'm sure you're more than capable of helping them through this pickle. From the mayor. Okay, we've got the newspaper again. Greetings, citizens! Yesterday's unexpected illumination in the Seaslight has been reported across the whole kingdom. This is indeed a state of emergency. The areas surrounding the Seaslight are currently affected with increased monster activity. Castle Lewis is responding to the state of emergency with an urgent investigation, and we advise citizens to use their discretion and avoid the Seaslight. The Monolite may still be used for everyday needs. Once again, the Seaslight pose no immediate threat to life unless close contact is made. Castle Lewis Intelligence Division. Okay, finished our letters. Let's go see what Arya needs. What is that? A bug? Is that a bug? Oh no, I hate bugs. Excuse me? How dare you? I am not a bug. Oh, it's the fairy, right? Look at those creepy legs. It flies. Oh, this is some kind of ancient moth. Why are they so huge? Ancient moth? Hello, look at me. I'm not scary at all. Calm down, Arya. Lullaby, what did you bring this fruit fly into the house? Why did you bring this fruit fly into the house? Now I'm a fruit fly? Look, she's not a bug. She's a fairy. Fairy? Oh yeah, you're not a bug. Of course I'm not. How rude. So fairies did exist at some point then. But they don't exist in my time, so they must have gone extinct somewhere along the line. Well, that's unsettling. What's up with this human? What's a fairy doing inside the house anyway? You explained to Arya about the fairy. You found her buried in your farm just now. Well, that's a pretty far-fetched sequence of events, but I'll take your word for it. So apart from the fact that she's a fairy, she's otherwise an unidentified stranger in your home, correct? Yeah, it's quite nice having a time travel element to this. You don't often get that in these kind of games. That's not true. I'm the Great Fire Fairy, ruler of all the world's fire. Huh? You don't have a very strong presence. You complain too much, human. Yeah, sure. Of course, you're the Great Fire Fairy. So what business does a great fairy like you have with Lullaby? It's an emergency. The world is in danger at this very moment. The whole world? Yes. Since yesterday, there has been no sign of any of the other great fairies. I bet it's because of how the Seaslight is lit up. Since then, all the other Seaslight must be acting strange too. The Order's Winter Seaslight did too, apparently. The Order said they had to go back to the Winter Seaslight at their headquarters as it was acting strange. Right, so I assume that the spring and the summer sea slide are acting up too. It must be having a terrible effect on my fellow fairies. Fairies are connected to the sea slide? The Great Fire Fairy is here to heat up the oven and cook bacon and eggs, since the gas prices have gone up. Connected? We made the sea slide. In other words, we are the powers behind everything in this world. And you're in charge of fire? So let me guess, the other three are earth, water and wind? Yes, how did you know? That's right. The Great Water Fairy made the summer seas light, wind made the spring and earth made the winter. If anything happened to us, the world's four powers would be thrown off balance. It would wreak all kinds of havoc. What kind of havoc exactly? All kinds. I could explain until my wings fell off and you still wouldn't understand. Why wait till they fall off? I could pluck them off for you. Anyway, the point is I need someone to go to each sea's light and save my fellow fairies. And you chose Lullaby? Well, she does have an altruistic side to her, I suppose. But she's not falling for that tall tale, are you? I feel bad for the fairies. That's right, this is how humans should be. I know it's not much, but in return I can help you out with your farm work. Oh, that would be nice. I'm sure the other great fairies would gladly join too if you saved them. Oh, I can't believe it. Oh well, you do as you please. I have an idea why you fairies went extinct. Karma's coming back round to bite you, just wait. Hey, where are you going? Does it matter? What's wrong with her? Oh well, so anyway, what do you say? Shall I take that as a yes? Sure. Because if I say no, I'm sure the game will force me to say yes anyway. Phew, I was hoping you'd say that. Well, first things first, could you make me a pact? Oh, is this your first time living with a fairy? A pact is what formalises our connection. It's kind of like a name, so you could assign one for me, something suitable for a little fire fairy. Are we going to go with a Juno, or should we name her something different? I don't know if we'll ever need to look up stuff online. If I forget the name, it might be easier just to keep the name. Get to name the fairy, I know. Jeff. We're not calling a flame fairy Jeff. Let's think. What can we call the fairy? I'm open to ideas if they are pretty and flame related. Let's think. Ignis, that's actually quite a nice name. I like that. Very suitable. Ignis, huh? Not bad. You have taste. There you go. Even the fairy herself says you have taste. Anyway, nice to meet you. As I mentioned earlier, the other fairies are at their respective seas light. To get to the seas light from here, you'd go east for the spring seas light, south for summer, and west for winter. It's up to you where you'd like to go first, but I'd recommend starting with the spring seas light. For a number of reasons, never mind. Well then, I'll be here on the farm if you ever need anything. Come ask me if you have any questions. Yeah, and what are you going to do to help me on the farm? Because you did say you were going to help me, right? What exactly are you going to do? So is she indoors? Outdoors? Where is she? Don't tell me. You agreed to help that fairy, didn't you? I met a few do-gooders like you in my era, but sadly, it didn't end well for any of them. The ones who worked hard for the sake of humanity and for what really mattered deserved the most happiness. But the society we were born into didn't reward them that way. It was the honest people who suffered. The more genuine and hard-working you were, the harder your life was. Then lazy people would see that and feel better about themselves, thinking it was no use to work hard. Why waste energy on doing something you can't change? At least we were all going down together. That's what they thought. What do you think? Me? I don't know. I don't believe everything that fairy said, but she was right about this era being in crisis right now. I knew it when I saw that quietus, if that's what you call it. I can't tell you anything more specific than that. I told you why. If I give you information from the future, and that changes the course of events that leads to said future, I might never exist. The time traveler's life depends on how they handle their information. On the other hand, if I don't say anything, then we'll make no progress. It's a hard balance to strike. Anyway, you're going to the other sea slide, right? It would be nice if this had been voiced. There's no voice acting in this. That is one thing I think, considering how much the game costs, that they probably should have added. I want to come too. Don't you want to go back to your era? That's going to be complicated. My goal hasn't changed. I still want to get back to my time period. But I have a feeling that me being here now is somehow related to the fact that there's a crisis in this time period. I might find a way to get home by learning more about these stones. It's still just a theory at this stage, though. Besides, I owe you one. You do? You're not all there, are you? Anyway, let me know when you're headed to the stones, okay? Aria joined your party. Okay, so we have Aria now instead of Dianthus. Lullaby's meeting with Aria awakens heightened powers. You acquired the Assault Savant job class. Ooh, what is this? A job that utilizes science and martial arts. Interesting combination. It can use skills to switch the attributes and effects of its regular attacks. You wonder how long the story is. It better be long for this price, I'm telling you, Quantum. If I paid 50 quid for this game and it's going to be like finished in a couple of days, I'm not going to be impressed. Why don't we go and gather information around Leith for now? I mean, it's Square Enix game. It should be pretty long, right? If you look at all the other, I mean, if you look at all the Final Fantasy games and you look at the Nier games, they're all pretty long games. So I'm hoping. I mean, Crystal Chronicles wasn't that long, but yeah, I don't know. They did add a lot to that. Like the new version of that, there was a lot of extra content. Like after you finish the story, so I don't know. I'm hoping it's going to be fairly long. Okay, so we should be able to water everything now. Oh, we didn't lose any time throughout all of that, so that's handy. Oh, hold on a minute. Let me talk to this fairy. Can she actually do all this for me now?
Do you want to work on the farm today?
Yes. How do I... What? How do I talk to her? Okay, I don't get how she's actually helping. And the drilling started again. Oh no, I accidentally ate food when I wasn't meaning to. That's the button I want to press. So is there any information about the fairy in here anywhere? Okay, so that's the new job we unlocked. Fighter. Everyone starts somewhere. Fight with blades to make slash attacks. That's the normal job. Hold on, where's the new job? Oh, there we go. Science is the fruit of human wisdom. Flit around the battlefield with ease to make the most of the finite energy in space. So is there anything to do with the fairies here? No. So how exactly is she helping me then? I don't really... Right, do you have any seeds? No, don't think so. Oh, I do. Don't know where these came from, but let's plant them. You know, if you really want to help me, you could get rid of these huge boulders everywhere. That would be super helpful. I feel like she's not doing anything. Okay, let's go see if we can get some animals.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Oh, here we go. The market vendor is here. A Cornello merchant has set up shop in Leeds Village. You can purchase pets and ride them to travel across the world map faster, or livestock to raise at your house. You'll need a small pen in order to own livestock. You can put in a request for the renovator to build you one. Try buying a pet or some livestock from the Cornello merchant. She's a scarecrow. Quests. Oh, this icon indicates a place where a quest will progress. Okay, so these are side quests now we've got. A storyline that will depend... Character story. A storyline that will deepen the bond with your friends will continue at the location of this icon. So blue is for character stories. You can read a summary of each quest from the menu under Diary. Yeah, the mounts do look really cute. Oh, what's this? So this is like a quest we can pick up here now. Let's have a look. Oh, they did say to go and talk to the children. Gotcha! You'll never win at Catch the Cornello. Oh, you always catch up to me so fast. I want to play hide and seek next. There's no way you can beat me at that. Bring it on! Oh no, I'm sorry, I have to get home. Oh, come on. But we've only played one game. I know, I'm sorry. I'll see you both tomorrow. What's up with her lately? It's not even dark out yet. I wanted to play hide and seek. Oh, lullaby. Hey, you two having fun? Seriously, this drilling is driving me insane. We were, but then Malika had to go home. I guess we may as well do the same. Come to think of it, Malika's been like this for a few days now, huh? It's not even dinner time yet, neither. What's up with that? Maybe she has chores. Your energy bills have gone down again. Yeah, please don't talk to me about energy bills. Mine are ridiculously expensive at the moment. Nah, I don't think Malika's the type to help out with chores. She loves playing games too much. I think Lullaby's onto something though. There's got to be a reason. Hey, Van. Do you think that maybe Malika's just super mad at us? What's gotten into you? Why should she? You know, I think you might be right. See, I thought so too. Would she play with you if she's upset? Lullaby, you really don't know anything about girls, do you? It's totally her way of getting our attention, duh. But we've got to do something. This whole situation's seriously cutting into our playtime. Do you really think she'll stop being mad at us if we do something now? Oh, quit being such a weenie. We've got to be willing to put in the work and find out. This calls for Operation Super Sorry. Super Sorry? The super stands for the super difficult. And now you're in on it too, Lullaby. That's right, you know the code name. Welcome to the Shared Destiny Core. Okay, time to strategize. So, what do you guys think we should do? How about giving her a gift? A gift, huh? My dad always buys my mum a present after a big fight. I think Malika would like that. Sure. Alright, let's give her a gift. I just remembered, Van. Let's try looking for something at that place we found the other day. Good idea. Lullaby, we're heading just outside of town, to the Njord Steppe. And we ain't coming back until we found something Malika will like. See you there. Hang on a minute. There's monsters there. You should not be going there. Okay, quest. Malika's secret. Right, shopping time. Hang on a minute. Is this the vendor? I'm afraid we don't sell anything like that here. Oh no, this is another quest. I see, that's quite a shame. I was sure I would be able to find one if I came here. But all is not lost. I was able to find something even better by coming here. Really? We have something that rare? Indeed. You don't often find ladies graced with beauty such as yours in any old village. Is this who she was talking about earlier? Why, Why do the men in this all look like girls? My, speaking of beauty. Oh, you do have quite an interesting scent. Is he being rude? Where the hell do you get off? Apologies, I shouldn't say something so off-colour when first meeting a lady. So, do you need my wares or not? You came all the way from Shatola, right? Oh, that's right. It looks like you don't have the mechanism I need after all. Mechanism? Oh, I'm sorry. I should introduce myself. The name is Hein. I tend to inhabit the Shatola Atelier. You can find Shatola south of here. It's quite a peaceful little port town. Or rather, it was. It's grown busier since that event with the Seas Light and Lorelei's appearance. Anyway, it looks like I'm done here. Do stop by the Atelier if you find yourself in Shatola, won't you? Priority Guide. Use A when selecting stories and quests from the menu diary to prioritize and display the guide. Right, here we go. Oh, we don't have anywhere near enough money for a mount, but we can get some clufowl. So they're kind of chickeny. Livestock that lays eggs. Give them feed and they'll lay eggs. Can I get feed? I can get feed from here as well. Feed to the woolums every day. Feed made from grass. Can I just feed them grass? Because I can grow grass on the farm. Chonk chicken. I know, but it's super cute though, right? So let's get... I don't know how much feed I need. Should I just get one for now? And then... maybe the feed will last more than one day. I don't know, it seems expensive if I'm going to have to pay it that every day. Let's get a couple. Maybe I can feed them grass. Feed maker recipe. A recipe teaching you how to make a feed maker. Let's get that. Because that looks like it's going to be worth it in the long run. And that's pretty much out of money. You can get animal produce by giving feed to your livestock. Make feed with the feed maker and place it in the silos within the animal pens. The animals would eat it every day. Increase the number of animal pens on your farm by purchasing more from the Canelu. Newly bought livestock is too young to make produce. Raise them for a while longer by feeding them. Okay. Right, let's go check out this chonk chicken then. You want that chicken as a minion? That would be cute. That would be very cute as a minion. Right, is it automatically here or do I need to place it? Oh, it's here. Oh, it does look adorable. Ah, look at his fluffy tail. It's like a chicken squirrel. Oh, that's so cute. There's no animation though. I mean, when you're petting, normally when you like pet animals in the game, you actually see your character bend down and pet them. This is a bit, yeah, that's a bit lazy. Daily livestock lists. Okay, this just shows who we have here. How do I get the maker? Do I have to craft it, maybe? It's the food maker? Feed maker. Oh, I can make that. Do I just need one? I probably do just need one, right? You crafted a feed maker. Install this machine on your farm and add grain to make clufowl feed, or grass and vegetables to make woolum feed. Oh. Okay, so grain... so maybe wheat. I can use that, right? Where is it? Is it in my inventory? Do I have to place it? Is it in the house? Okay, confused. Oh no, it's in my backpack. Okay, let's go put it outside. No, I guess we just put it out somewhere. No, it doesn't let me use this. How do I do this? Okay, it's never mentioned anything about how to actually place this item. Backpack. Use. Move. Okay. I'm having a minor breakdown here. How do we use this thing? Sorry about the missing petting animation. It's your fault because you made the game, right? How do I use this? A. Select. Use. Doesn't do anything. Move. Doesn't do anything. I think that just moves it around in the menu, right? No, not even that. Okay, this is getting really annoying. And of course, there's probably going to be no information anywhere, seeing as the game only came out yesterday. I'm sorry, Mr. Cluffowl, but I can't feed you. So I've got a small amount of grain that I bought. I don't want to keep buying grain though, right? Where is the feed? Here. Let's put it in here. Does that feed it automatically? I don't get how this works at all. Can I go in here now? No. What am I supposed to do with this thing? Okay, I'm going to Google it, but I'm pretty sure it's not going to come up with anything. Right, feed maker. How to install machines in Harvestella. Unless you want your machines to be kept as memorabilia. Or collect dust and rust thanks to the passage of time. You're going to need to install those machines on your farm. Okay, yes, please tell me how. Oh, this is so laggy. I can't even get to what I need to get. What? Oh my goodness, there's so many ads running on this page. It's like I can't even find what I need to find. All you need to do in order to install your machines is to install them over a farm plot. I don't understand. I'm in a farm plot, right? No? Okay, this is not making any sense. I guess it's just something really obvious that I'm just not doing. Okay, I have no idea. Okay, let's try Googling something else. Let's find another answer. Because that wasn't helpful. Okay, now I can't get out of this bloody thing. Okay, we have something here posted in Reddit. How do I install machines? The descriptions for the feed maker, flour mill, blah 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 blah. Say to install this on your farm, but gives no indication of how to do that. They can't be used from the usable item slots. So how do I install them? Did I miss a tutorial somewhere? They go on a farm plot. But that's where I am, on a farm plot, right? Let's read what everyone else has been saying. No, this has got nothing to do with that. Okay. Does it mean like a crop plot? Surely not. Because this would make no sense whatsoever. No. I can't put it here. There should be control guides online from the developer. I have no idea. Does it have to be ploughed? I don't know. I mean, to me, a farm plot means like where the sheep and stuff go up there, right? I don't know. This doesn't make any sense. Well, this area here is ploughed. What? Oh, look. Why? I don't want it here where I'm growing my crops. This makes no sense to me. Okay, well, I guess this is where it's going. Why would they put it here? Well, this makes no sense. I want it over there, where the animals are, right? I mean, maybe it's handy to, like, harvest and then maybe you have to put stuff in here, but this plot is so tiny. I really don't want all this crap where I'm trying to grow my vegetables. Okay, right, let's go get some wheat. I think we can put some wheat in there. Oh, I think I may have used it for recipes. It doesn't look like I have any left. I have one seed though. Let's plant that. Yeah, I think I used it all for cooking. I'm hoping like sooner or later we can get rid of all of this rock and stuff around here and then we can expand because this is tiny. I mean, if we can expand, then I guess we can have like a separate area for all the machinery and things. That would be nice. Where's that wheat seed I just picked up? Seriously? I have lost it. Okay, well I don't know what happened to that. Okay, so I don't know how to feed the chickens. Does just putting food in here feed them? I don't know. I'm guessing maybe it does. Does this tell me if the chicken's been fed? It doesn't. Okay. Let's go and have a wander around, shall we, and see if we can check out one of the new areas.
Bye-bye.
That ferry might get a bit annoying. Let's go and have a look at this town. Jade Forest. So I guess if we go through the Jade Forest to get to the other town. Oh, this is pretty. Okay, they look really scary. Who's this? What's wrong now? We're going back to Shatola. Me? What is she saying? That's not like even proper words. Yes, yes, I know. You'll get your boat, don't you worry. It's just taking some time to prepare. They're likely to continue on today as well. But shipbuilding is a costly affair. You'll need to work harder to help me pay for it. Now, we must hurry back. You wouldn't want to be late for your performance. Me. Why does she sound like some weird animal? Such an audacious child. I'm not asking for the earth. All you need to do is sing. Oh, maybe she's saving her voice for her singing. Right, let's try out this new job, I guess. So we probably need to equip. You cannot change jobs here. Okay, we need to stand next to this thing. Assault Savant. So what is Aria? Oh, so you can't actually do anything with the other characters then. So let's try out this new job. Ooh, this is interesting. It looks a little bit like, I don't know, I'm getting a machinist vibe. I don't know why. Even though she hasn't got a gun. Oh, it's more like monk. Maybe like a cross between machinist and monk? I don't know. How much damage does it do?
Let's get this over with.
Much, actually. Maybe these are too high level for me. They're level 13. What level am I? I don't even know what level I am. Did they say I should be going east first rather than south? I don't know. Perhaps we're supposed to go back to the other area and carry on from there first. Those enemies feel like... I mean, it's doable, but they feel a lot harder than the previous areas. Where did I come from? Let's use a bell. I want to go back and see what's the other side of the fjord area now, or whatever it's called. Where's my bells? Oh, there we go. Oh, it's already late. Maybe we should sleep and do it the next day. Am I going to purchase the new Pokemon games when they are released? Probably not when they're released, because I've never really played Pokemon before. It's probably not something I'm going to spend a lot of money on. If actually Pokemon, I don't think they ever put the prices down, do they, for Nintendo games? I don't know. I'll see. I might maybe try out some other Pokemon games first to see if I like them before I spend a lot of money on a new game. I think I'm going to sleep because it's getting late. I don't think we have much time for much exploration. We are very low on cash. I probably should have done some fishing or something before I went to sleep. Oh, we've got another cutscene. What's going on out here? Oh, what's the fairy up to? This music reminds me of Harvest Moon. How's it going, Lullaby? Good to see you're awake finally. So, ta-da! What do you think? What is it? I worked all night while you were asleep to carry it here. You don't mind, right, Lullaby? Because I've got something even more important to tell you. I'm going to write a wish list of stuff I'd like you to do, and you're going to do it. Oh, joy. Thanks. Now I know what you're thinking. Why don't you just do it yourself, all-powerful fairy? Well, isn't it obvious? No? Please enlighten me. I'm trying to inspire your day-to-day. It's fun having goals to work towards, right? But I know you're pretty stingy, so if it helps get you moving, then I'll be dishing out rewards too. Okay, I like the sound of that. Like, oh, my help with the farm work. Or I could give you super helpful tool recipes. Isn't the power of the Great Fairy terrific? You're going to have so much fun with this. I look forward to seeing what you can do. Okay, fairy orders. You can check fairy orders from the fairy book in your house. You can notify them once you have fulfilled an order by pressing A. You receive compensation once you have fulfilled a certain number of orders. Okay, this looks interesting. Let's have a look in the book. Oh, it's like a list of stuff to... Okay, so this is kind of like the merit system in like Coco Life maybe, or what do you call it? Animal Crossing. So you do things and then you get stuff in return for it. So these ones have already been done, so I can click these off, right? Harvest grass, I've done that. Refurbish the kitchen counter, that's been done. Okay, so we've got a
Wow,
fermenting
you
barrel
did it.
recipe and a flour mill recipe. Awesome. Cook 5 times, we've done that. Harvestella wheat times 10. Okay, that just clicked off like a ton of stuff all in one go. Or did they just move? Did they just move across? They just moved. That's weird. We got a plow skill.
Wow, you did it.
I don't know what that is. Oh, is that for when you're hoeing, maybe? The fact that these keep moving across, it's like confusing me. Please stop doing that. It's really annoying. I don't see the point in this. Why is the game doing this? I really don't see the point in why these things keep moving. It's incredibly irritating. Right, we've done this. We've done this. Plow
Wow,
skill, stamina
you
down,
did it.
level 1. Okay, that's useful. Upgrade backpack, that's definitely useful. Harvest carrots times 10, we've done that. Yep, we've made return bells. And we've made repair kits. Okay. So we've got all of our rewards that we can get. And what can we do? So we need to harvest more wheat, harvest onions, morrow corn, grass, potatoes. It's mostly vegetables. I think some of these are going to be autumn because this is like pumpkins and things. Make a flour mill, make a fermenting barrel. Cook 15 times. Okay, so I think the farming and that kind of farm life aspect is going to be more involved than I thought it was going to be. That's quite nice. You're just ordering pizza? Ah, I'm getting hungry actually. It's kind of past lunchtime here. We had breakfast late, so probably have something later on in the afternoon before we go out. But yeah, I'm definitely getting hungry. I could do with pizza right now. Plough charge. With the hoe equipped, hold Y to charge, then release it to plough a wider area in one shot. Okay, that's useful. I want to get rid of more stones though, really. Processors. Create processed goods by putting materials into the processor installed on the farm. So I guess these are all going to have to go on the... I have to take up, like, vegetable space. They better give me an upgraded space soon, otherwise I'm going to have no room for everything. What you can put in and what you can take out and how long it'll take all depend on the type of processor you use. You can craft a processor after you get the recipe for it. Okay, so didn't we just get a recipe for that? Wow, that was fast. Thanks for completing an item on my wish list. I already gave you a handy dandy tool recipe before, so how's this? You received 9 carrots. You can pop these carrots into a drink maker to make vegetable juice. Not only is it super yum, but vegetable juice replenishes your endurance too. I can drink juice until it pours right out of my ears, so hop to it. So what, this is for you then, right? Hey, you'll be happily drinking yummy juice too, you know. Anyway, that's what the berries are for. I'll be waiting for you to get that drink maker. Okay, so let's go and do some crafting. Which way is it? This way. So we can make a flour mill and a fermenting barrel. What should we make first? Fermenting barrel? For the juice, right? Oh, so we can make lots. See, I think we're going to end up having to make quite a few of these. And they're going to take up loads of space. So we definitely, I'm pretty sure they are going to upgrade the space, right? Fairly soon. Flour mill. We can make this as well. It's a good job I was hoarding all these materials from the beginning. So I think we actually have enough to make quite a few of these if we need to. Let's see how long these things take to work. Okay, so can I fit these in between this? No, probably not.
Looks like some of the crops are ready for harvest.
Are they? Oh yeah, these are. I don't. Oh, lettuce as well. I didn't even think about harvesting these. I was so busy with everything else going on. So we're going to need to get more seeds. So we can put that grass in this machine, although we don't have any sheep yet. But I mean, let's start making feed anyway. Move. How long does it take? How does this work? I guess we just have to wait. I don't know. Maybe it'll maybe stop doing that when it's ready, perhaps. Let's have a look. Where's the other machines? Oh. Okay, now that really needs to be maybe the other way around. It doesn't look right. How do I pick it up again? I don't think... Are you kidding me? I can't move these things once I place them? Surely I must be able to move them. Hang on, didn't it say something at the beginning about your hoe? No, the hoe is not doing anything. Maybe the, maybe that hammer. There we go. There we go, that was the way we want it. Okay, so we need to put the carrots in here. How many did that put in? Did it just put in one, or? There wasn't any option as to how many you put in there. Okay, let's put this other one down. Okay, we don't have anything to go in that one. You think... I don't know. What did I put in there? I put in there carrots. I put carrots in. Let's have a look to see how many carrots I've got. No, I still got 8 carrots, so I'm guessing you only put one in at a time. Oh my goodness, these controls. So I don't really have very much money, so I probably should ship some of this stuff. What's this? Firelight fruit. Where did this come from? A dangerous fruit that sparks when roused and scatters seeds upon impact. Keep out of children's reach. Mountain stir fry. Maybe I'll sell these sandwiches. I think put the rest in storage. Can I use these in the machines if they're in my storage? So far everything else has been able to, so hopefully that's the case. It does seem strange though that you can only put one item in at a time. Maybe you just need to have like loads of these machines everywhere.
There is a letter here for you.
Oh, thank you for letting me know. This is something I keep forgetting to check, so that's kind of handy. Hey Lullaby, you can cook, right? If you can, then you've got to help my dad. He hasn't been able to come up with a new recipe for the inn in weeks, and it's really getting to him. I want to help, but I don't know how to cook. So please, Lullaby, you got to help him. If you bring something tasty, then I might just spark my dad's imagination again. I'm begging you. Oh, that's cute. Food delivery. You can earn money and food recipes by delivering certain dishes. Ooh, interesting. Meet me at the Jade Forest. Who could have written this letter? Try going to the Jade Forest to find out more. Well, we did visit the Jade Forest very briefly. Right, let's go and check out our cooking recipes. So we still don't have the right ingredients to try the other things out. But we could maybe take the mountain stir fry for that quest, possibly. But I think that's quite a basic recipe, right? Surely he would already know how to make that if it says all the villagers make it. Anyway.
Are you taking good care of your flying bug friend?
Am I taking good care of my flying bug friend? What do I need to do to take care of her? I don't know. I think she takes care of herself. Right, I'm going to go and see if we can go to the other area past the step that was inaccessible before.
Bye-bye!
And also, I think the kids are there for a quest. Didn't they go there to find something? Let's see what information we can gather around Lee. You're not going to let me go there? Are you kidding me? Okay, this I'm finding a little irritating. Why can I not go there? I'm sure I was supposed to go here for a quest as well. I'm sure the kids said they were going there, right? Okay,
Welcome
let's
home.
have a look at our quests. Find a present for Malika at the Njord Step. Right, so I do need to go there, but it's not going to let me do that now. So I guess we have to go to the Jade Forest to continue the story. Right, how long does this take? Looks like they're still working. I think it's going to be something you just have to probably check like once a day, or maybe, I don't know. I'm so impatient. I just want to know how everything works. I mean, we're not going to get any eggs from this chicken creature until it grows up anyway. They have to be adult-sized, apparently, so... I'm just kind of worried that it's not being fed. I'm still super disappointed you can't go in the buildings. Right, how much money have I got? 400, not enough to buy any more animals or anything. Right, I think I need to make some money. So, fishing, or do we go and head to the seaside town of Shtola? I think, shall we go to the new area? Explore that a bit more.
Bye-bye!
Oh, I was going to say, where's Aria? But she is here. I'm not sure I'm that keen on this job so far. I feel like with the mage job, I could like get one of these to like come over here, and like, instead we have to like go and fight all of them at once, which I don't really like.
Let's get this over with.
That was a good workout.
Lala's criteria for choosing a game: it has no fishing, no go. It just happens that a lot of the games I play have fishing. That's not working. Why is that one not working? Oh, the repair point seems to be across the other side of the bridge. Let's try a different way then. Oh, here's the, hang on, who's this? This is another omen, right? That's a different child. I thought it was one from the village. Ica? Okay, my turn. Receiving orders. Copy that. About to commence mission. Those humans are going down. With this Duran Rapies. Duran Rapies? I don't know how you pronounce that. Your perception is skewed, little boy. We were discussing this yesterday. I think I was talking to Marta about this. He was saying that he really enjoys games that have fishing elements to it, but he's never played like a proper fishing game. And I'm the same. I've never played like a game that's just fishing. Maybe I should try it. My mission is to preserve the environment. I am not here to attack Abels. Oh, really? Yes. I am maintaining the ecosystem in this very forest through my cloud. Huh? I don't know what ecosystem is, but that sounds cool. Who's that? Fisherwoman Lala, maybe try fishing in real life. I fished when I was a child, but no, it's not really for me. I see you read my letter. Many thanks. Oh, so this is who wrote to us. What are you doing playing with the kid? I did not mean to play with him. Oh, Mytho. What are we going to get? It's purplish, Mytho. It still has scary eyes though. But he asked me to, and I could not leave him on his own. Apparently the game is called Princess and the Omen. I found this boy wandering around looking lost while I was carrying out my routine environmental checks. The wide staring gaze gene seems to be dominant. Sometimes they have cute eyes. Sometimes they have like eyelashes and they look really pretty. Sometimes they have like moody, like grumpy eyes, angry eyes. First I ensured his safety, then began to search for someone who could take him back to leave. You could have taken him yourself? Well, actually probably not. They probably would have not liked that at all. It would cause a commotion if people were to see me. I would like to avoid any unnecessary disturbances as much as possible. Wouldn't you agree? Could you possibly take him for me? Sure, why not? All right, little boy, you can go home now. No. Is he even from Leeds? I've never seen him there before. What? I'm never going back to the village, ever. Oh dear, little brat. This does not add up. Children are supposed to be with their parents. Why would he refuse to go back? And after I explained at such length to him that it is dangerous to go any deeper into the forest. We have to catch up to him. Yes, you're right. At any rate, the situation has become complicated. We must resolve it. Let's go after the boy. Okay, which way are we going now? get that way. I don't know if maybe the new character will fix the bridge. I don't know. Let's see what's this way first.
Let's get this over with. Here it
Oh
is.
my
Don't you
goodness.
think you fall back a little?
Yeah.
You have to know when to stand down.
Hold on. Run! They're still coming. I can't find any food quick enough. There we go.
Thank you.
Yeah, see, I said these creatures are much more
Let's
difficult
get
than the
this
other
over
area.
with.
That was a good workout.
Yeah, you're telling me? These things are tough. What was it? Level 3 though? It's not even. Or was it 13? No, it's 13.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm gonna need a lot more food.
That was a good workout.
20 minutes till your pizza arrives. Oh no, we're poisoned. I don't have anything to fix that. I don't think. Oh, it goes off after time. Okay, that's not too bad. Yeah, I feel like I'm not leveled up enough for this area. Well, not to, like, burn through it easily. Okay, which way should I be going? Yeah, see, we need to get to the other side of that bridge. I think I've gone around in a big circle. Okay, so maybe we go to where the spanner symbol is. You're trying to use willpower to not buy this game. It's getting better and better, isn't it, Quantum? They're adding a lot more. There's a lot more added to it, and it's really opening up now. All the things that you can do. So I'm actually quite pleased I bought it on release. Is that something I need to be at a high level? Oh yeah, it's okay. That's can't do that. I don't know where to go. I feel like I've been everywhere. What am I missing? So this is where we came in. Would this be a good game for PC? I don't know, to be honest. You can get it on Steam, and it's got very mixed reviews on Steam. A lot of people are complaining about the lack of ability to change your settings for like graphics and things. So I think it's like a straight port from the Switch. So I honestly don't know. I don't play PC games, so I probably am not best to advise you on that. But it plays really nicely on the Switch. I've heard that you can play it on the Steam Deck, but I think I read somewhere there's no controller support yet for it. So I don't know. I think it depends what your playstyle is. Okay, I'm a bit stuck here. I don't know where to go. We'll just retrace our steps, shall we? We'll just get everywhere we've been before, and hopefully something will stand out. I mean, I'm guessing maybe it's something they might be updating in the future. I don't know. Oh, here we go. We've got a chest. That's something. We've got some lettuce seeds. Why they would be locked away in a chest, I don't know, but... Oh, this way, I think, is the right way. Here we go. Oh, this looks like it might be a boss fight. Help, Mum! Dad! I don't think I want to be on this job anymore for this. Stand back, leave this to us. I don't know if another job would be better. Oh, good grief.
Here I go.
Let's get this over with.
Okay, this is not so bad.
That was a good workout.
Yeah, Monk has never been like my favourite job to play on any of the like Final Fantasy type games, so so far I prefer the sword, the fighter job. Target elimination confirmed. The child is also confirmed safe. Wow, you're so strong, thank you. Why did you go further into the forest knowing that it is dangerous? I thought I advised you, no, strongly warned you not to go. Cause... Did you not take my warning seriously? Isn't it easy to see that the forest would be dangerous for a defenceless child like you to go all by yourself? I'm sorry. And what you said earlier was inscrutable. Why did you refuse to go back to your parents? It is extremely difficult for a child to survive without a parent's protection. Staying here would be highly illogical. They sound a bit like the, what's his name, Spock. Because... Aww. Yeah, I think maybe you asked too many questions at once. I will leave it to you then, Abel. You would know how to talk to your own kind. Why did you run away, little guy? Because Mummy and Daddy are never home. They're always working and I'm always left on my own. I eat on my own, sleep on my own. Other kids don't have to do that. Your parents work hard so they can provide you a stable environment. No, they don't. They hate me. They leave me on my own because they don't love me anymore. You have come to the wrong conclusion. What do you mean? It is said that just as much as a child depends on their parents, parents depend on them too. It is improbable that your parents would leave you on your own without reason. First, you should ask them for their reasoning and understand the basis for their actions. I don't know what all these big words mean. He's saying you should talk to them. I presume that the problem here is a lack of communication. Why do you want to send me home so much? Even though you spent all that time playing with me. I was not playing with you, I was only protecting you. Do you hate me too? It is not about liking you or hating you, I am trying to restore order and put things the way they should be. I am not meant to be your protector. We have our own role to play, and I my own mission to complete. You are getting in the way of that mission. Fine then, I'll go back. Can I leave him with you? Yeah, I'll take him. You have my thanks. Right, let's get our shinies. What do we got? Some wheat seeds and some silver ore. Okay, that can be used to upgrade my weapon. It looks like Aria is still poisoned though. Maybe this will help? So, I'm guessing... I don't think we can go any further here. Maybe we can look at that south passage and see if we can get that way first. Otherwise, we'll head back. You feel sleepy? Oh, it's getting late. Oh, there is more monsters. Although, probably should head back, I guess, seeing as it's so late. Let's use spell. Alright, have a look. Oh, let's just put everything into storage, I guess. Oh, we got more of these. Got copper and silver. I think I need quite a bit more, though. I think I need more copper to upgrade the weapon. I mean, I spent materials and money upgrading Dianthus's weapon, and then they left us. I'm guessing as Arya the main character, she probably won't be doing that. Right, let's sleep. Right, I think I'm actually going to take a break now. I've been going for nearly 3 hours. And all that talk of pizza is making me hungry. Let's see, is there anyone to raid? Let's have a look. Okay, so there's absolutely 0 people I know streaming right now. Let's see if there's anybody else we can raid that's playing Harvestella. Okay, I never know who to pick. Um, hmm. And let's try this one. Let's just make sure there's no ads or anything first. Yeah, there's ads running, so let's wait for those to finish. So I'm going to be going out this evening. We're going to a bonfire night, watch some fireworks with my son. So I may not be able to stream at my usual time, which is why I streamed at this time. But if we don't get back too late, I might do like a later stream, possibly. You'll see. Let's see if we have as many problems as we had last night trying to raid. I don't know, for some reason it just kept cancelling all the time. Okay, so hopefully I might be back a bit later with some more Harvestella. And thanks everyone for stopping by, and I'll see you all very soon. Take care now. Bye bye.